I said the goal was 1 million by the end of the year, and I started with 200K, and now I'm at 1.3. So
what's your top 5?
TFT number 1.
This is a paid advertisement. No.
How much should we say? No, joking.
All right, we're back. Another TFT podcast. We're joined by Umar. He's currently funded 1.3 million. All with the funded trader?
No, not all with the funded.
Not all with the funded trader, but obviously a lot of capital that you're dealing with. Welcome to the podcast, Umar. And we're also joined by Ana, our content creator, digital media specialist with TFT. Happy to have you here as well. So yeah, good to have you on the pod.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about, so you've got 1.3. You said 1.3, but you had 1.6 in funding, so you lost 300K. So what happened with that?
So it was actually an account that I got in May, so really recently, and I just treated it as a very aggressive account. So it wasn't like, I'm going to treat it as my other accounts. I got the challenge for free. I got funded for free. Didn't even pay for the challenge.
From who?
Funded engineer.
Funded engineer.
Sorry, Tristan. Yeah.
300K?
300K, yeah.
Sheesh.
But I felt a bit bad because he A-booked me, so I felt a bit bad. But it is what it is.
You don't know, though.
No, you told me.
He said, did you see receipts, though?
He told me. No, but he told me.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
300K. He might have lost like 60, maybe, 60, 70K on you or something, depending.
Yeah.
What's the leverage on funded engineer?
I don't actually know.
What do they offer? Oh, you were just gunning.
I was like, let's go with more funding, that's it. And then I lost it all on gold.
Was it just straight funded account or it was challenge?
No. I had to do the challenge.
You did the challenge.
I got funded in 6 days.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was
Funded
going
engineer
in.
making moves.
I was going in.
Funded fast.
And shout out Darren as well. He's been funding with them too.
Powell?
Darren
Powell?
Creedy Trades.
Oh,
yeah,
Creedy.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know who that the guy is. But yeah, Creedy Trades. Yeah. And he's recently got some payouts. Nice. He's doing well.
Let's go. No, that's good to hear. Obviously, I know Darren pretty well. He's pretty prominent too in the space now, coming up, making his come up a little bit. So it's good to hear that. So what's the deal? You just like to spread it around, work with a lot of prop firms, right? Like what are you up to these days? Because I see you're doing giveaways, you're doing this and that, right? Helping out different firms. Like
I'm all over the place at the moment.
You are a bit all over the place, right? So like, what's the goal with all this? You obviously got 1.3 million funding. It's incredible.
I mean, if you remember at the start of the year when we spoke, I said the goal was 1 million by the end of the year, right? And I started with 200K, and now I'm at 1.3. So that's where we're at now.
But how did you make this jump, right? Like you went from, before the 200K even, it was like coming out of nowhere.
Yeah,
right?
Literally. Yeah.
So it's like, what's the deal with this?
I just think
the level up.
Yeah, it was just the growth was crazy. I just said to myself, I was like, let me really take this seriously now. Because I put everything into this. I didn't focus on anything else. Yeah, I still had a job at the time, which I've left now. Right.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah. I resigned.
RIP.
I resigned last month.
Oh, you're out.
And last month I made over 30K in payouts. So yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This guy's dangerous.
Yeah. So and this month we already got 15K in payouts as well. So
dude, congrats. Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah. So we're leveling up. The growth this year has been insane, to be honest. And it's all been organic. I'm just being myself, but the main thing is I just want to motivate others, because if I can do it, I'm a normal guy, right? I'm not anybody. But yeah, making noise and just motivating, inspiring others. And, just like I was in that position one time where I was looking for inspiration, motivation from other people as well, right? So
who are those people? Who are some of the inspiration, the people out there?
So do you know Ken Chigbo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy, Ken.
Okay.
He's one of the first people.
He's been around a while.
Yeah, he's one of the first people I ever saw when I started looking into Forex. And he's
like a big fundamentals guy, right?
Very big in fundamentals, very big, yeah. And he's the only guy since I started looking into trading that has been legit from the get-go. Literally, the only guy, Anthony's world as well. I rate him heavy. He's really good with his words, and he's good. I like his motivational stuff as well.
And he's made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, he has. He has receipts.
Ton.
The main thing is receipts.
Yeah.
And not your own fucking broker. That's for sure.
The one thing I like about Anthony is that he he's made money trading, but he's made a ton of money in business.
Yeah.
And he's very honest about that in terms of like, he's a businessman, like he's an entrepreneur. He's trying to make money trading in different ways. And he's made a ton of money. So
yeah, no, for real.
You know, good dude.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Tory K.
Oh yeah, that's my guy as
That's
well.
your guy?
Oh
You
my
okay?
god, do you know what?
Present.
Yeah, but he's more crypto, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really mess with crypto like that. But he just speaks facts all the time. I know you and him were going back and
kinda
forth.
mess with him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's like, who's behind this account?
Yeah. You had him behind TFT instead of your own one. Yeah.
Now I got my own Twitter going, so I'll start chirping at him once I get over 10K.
Yeah.
No, I always followed him too through the whole, you know, Astro and whatever. He was always pretty genuine.
Do you want to touch on that? Or?
Nah, I mean, I don't know much about it. I mean,
let's just say they're all frauds and move on.
I know as much as I'm gonna know as much as I know, right? But Tory, I feel like through that whole thing was pretty transparent. Always seems pretty authentic. You know what I'm saying? In terms of his buys in crypto, he's pretty much shown all of them. You know, right? I think his stance on prop trading is pretty whack. Like, to be honest, like I look at it before you comment on it. I look at it like this: like he got into crypto early on, and the vibe was that this is like a new age of finance, and this is not new technology, but like the blockchain. Like this is a new way for people to transact and this and that, and like the old system's dying, the new system, like, and he was uncovering all the truths behind it and this and that. And so he was like hopping onto a new wave, a new trend, you know, a new era in finance. And then now prop trading, you know, is a new wave that's occurring. It's giving people more access to capital. It's getting people paid out. And he's just like, nah, that wave ain't happening on my watch. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. But let's hear your take.
I agree with you. To be honest, the way he went about it was a bit like, come on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're not in that position because you're in a very good position, but prop firms have been a game changer for traders. Because for me personally, I used to trade personal capital and I didn't have much money. You know, I'd put like 1K in an account, 5K in an account, try flip that shit. Because when you have a small amount of capital, you're going to be prone to having that flip mindset. Whereas if you're playing with bigger capital, you'll be like, oh, let me actually take risk management seriously now. Let me aim for 1% on a 100K, 200K, 400K account, you know, and really make those gains. Whereas if it's a personal account, you're like, oh, $500 to 10K, let's go, and then just blow it in one day.
Yeah,
you know, so
that's why crypto was so big too, because everyone's like, oh, I could put in $500 and make 30x returns.
Literally. And I think one thing about prop firms as well is just, you know, it gives people that platform to really build, you know, and it actually keeps you more disciplined if you really try to utilize it. For me, it's improved my risk management tenfold. You know, I really learned like, okay, I need to stick by these rules, or I'm going to keep violating all these damn accounts, you know, so it's helped me a lot in my journey. You know?
Dude, it has changed the industry from being about flipping accounts to like being professional traders.
100%. So
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like if you can't see that, like I don't know what you're seeing.
Yeah, anyone that shits on prop firms, like I'm not going to name any names because there's quite a few people recently on Twitter.
Yeah.
Especially
big names,
people that have their own broker, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Like I think they're just shitting on prop firms because they're taking away their clientele from their broker, right? And that's just the main thing behind that.
Yeah, they'll be in the business soon.
Yeah, 100%. They'll come knocking. I'm sure they've already come knocking, but you're not going to tell us. Yeah.
What do you think about the whole like going from account flipping to now people are just being like way more professional with the accounts and the risk management and all that? What's your take on that, Anna?
Prop firms definitely like changed the whole game for everyone, because I believe that most of the traders out there started with no capital. And as you mentioned, like all of us started by thinking that we're going to make a big amount of money with just having like a $500 to $1,000 account and over risking. But shortly, like in a short time, we just realized that that's not the case. So having prop firms is definitely game changing, because many people would give up if they are not prop firms, because they're going to realize that we need so long time to build capital. And another thing is that maybe you're going to build a lot of capital, but something is going to happen and you're going to blow the account, and then you have to start from zero. But with prop firms, you lose an account, but you can get another account for like $300, $500, depending on the size that you want to get. So this is putting all the traders in a much safer place, and it allows us to like not have the days, make the mistakes, but get back much quicker without like having too much damage in our progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the difference between like blowing a challenge and blowing $1,000 account, I think psychologically is a big difference in from my experience, because I've been in the position where I've uploaded $1,000 and just blew it up, and then I've been in a position where I traded a challenge and blew it up, and traded a challenge with signals and blew it up, and traded a challenge with signals and passed, this and that, right?
Yeah, and in reality, if you think about it this way, that when you're trading a prop firm account, like you said, it's not your own capital, so it should actually make you a better trader or make you trade better. And why do I say that? Because when it's your personal money, you're attached to that money. When you're trading prop firm money, you should not be attached to it because it's not your money. You've paid minimal for a challenge, so you've really got nothing to lose.
Actually, so I have this interesting idea. I like thought about this. I was like, imagine there was a prop firm owner who was like extremely egotistical and had like a big persona. Like, say I just went rogue, like, and I was just like completely like unhinged all the time, right? And everyone legit hated me like all the time, like hard, right? Like, I think that the traders would become more profitable.
Why did you say that?
I think that I say that because you just said they're not trading their money, they're trading my money. So if they hate like the owner of the firm, it's almost like a reverse psychology thing where it's almost like, fuck this guy, like let's make money. You know what I'm saying? Like I've thought about this before, because it's like thinking about how to personify not myself, but there's like other people that are like doing the transparency thing and this and that as like a prop firm owner. And I'm just like, that's like an interesting thing, because as a trader, like, yeah, you're not trading your money. Like, you're trading the firm's money. And ultimately, like, you want to make money with the firm, and you want to have like an established like long career with the firm. So I'm wondering like psychologically if that would have an effect. Because look at like first class Forex funds. Like, I wonder if the more that they got into trouble.
Who's that?
You don't know, there's this firm that allowed HFTs and it just like went under.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder though if because it was going under more, if people like psychologically ended up making more money and then making it even more illiquid because everyone hated it that continued to trade on it. Like, I think about these things. I'm like, I wonder if that's like a thing, because this whole thing is like a psychological, situation. And I think they're still around. Like, do you know about?
No, they're not around. That's what I was going to say. Like, I think you're spot on with what you're saying to an extent.
Yeah.
But also, these people that made crazy profits. Like, I know one guy had a 500K account with them, and he made like 50K. They didn't pay him out. So what's the point? You just traded for fun. You traded a trial account, and you're done. That's it.
They're like a paid free trial.
Literally. Even though you pay for the challenge, you never got your money back. But
Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, we don't know what actually occurs with first class Forex funds. I don't have any opinion on them. I don't know what they do, whether they pay out or whatnot. I don't care. Heard some things.
Rumors. So, let's call them rumors.
Let's call them rumors. All right. So back to your trading journey though. So where did this all start for you? How old are you now? Where did you start? When did you start trading?
Yeah. So I'm 29 now.
Okay.
I started trading probably around 25, dabbling into it around 25. And then 26 is when I really...
You're like, interesting.
But the main reason was because I saw a few friends that were making money from trading, and they were making big money, right? So I was just like, what? I was like, how? And then...
And at the time, what were you doing? You were working?
I was working for this American software company, which was really shit, by the way, but yeah.
Chill.
Yeah. But yeah, so worked for them, and then, just started looking into trading, and of course, lost a lot of money in the beginning. And then when I first started it, I didn't try to learn. That was the problem. So I started doing this account management thing, giving my account to people, and then I lost even more money. And then I was down like 10K. It was really stupid, And then after that, I was like, damn, I need to learn how to trade to make my money back. And then about 2 years later, I started seeing that money come back, and I was like, okay, let's take this on.
So you were down bad,
yeah,
a little
actually
bit.
more than 10 overall.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So, man, I mean, a lot of people listening to this are gonna be in the same situation, as that, putting some money in, taking some money from friends and stuff, and trying to put that money in, and ended up losing money. What do you think allowed you to kind of like make it out of that place?
So I think everything is down to your will, your mindset, right? Like I'm so heavy on mindset, honestly. Everything for me is about mindset, not just in trading, but in life, right? So for me, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to let these markets take that money from me and me not get it back. That was the main thing. And it was also to prove to myself that, look, you can actually do this. So in the end, once I made that money back, I said, okay, now let's try taking it seriously, because I've got the money back. I'm at break even, right? I haven't technically lost anything. And then the journey really began from that time. And even then, I was still, I had all these bad tendencies. I was all over the place, strategy hopping, didn't really know what I was doing, but still made some money. Not big money, but some money, But it's more of a gambler's mindset at the time, which is, obviously, I don't recommend that to anyone. But I believe you have to go through those motions to really understand where you need to get to in your trading journey. And that's why I am where I am today, to be honest.
Because of the losses.
Because of the losses, because of the lessons, and just, telling myself that, look, if you really do take this seriously and manage your risk accordingly, stay disciplined, you will actually get somewhere. If you don't make much money, you'll make some money at least, Because the goal is to be financially free. I don't care about making millions, like from trading. I just care about being financially free, So whatever that number is to you, that's to you or to you.
Oh, it's different for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, just want a peaceful and happy life. That's the main goal. So, yeah.
I remember there was this book I read, Millionaire Fastlane. It's like a pretty well-known book. But it talks about like early on, like identifying the number, like reverse engineering how much money you would need to live like your ideal lifestyle right at the time. And I remember like doing that, and I was like, oh shit, got a long way to go. You know what I mean? But it's good to think about these things, like how can you actually become financially free? For some people, you might need a substantial amount of income, if you're buying all these cars and shit.
Yeah.
But some other people, you don't really need as much to become financially free. And then there's the people who are like, oh, you don't need to make money, like focus on other shit.
Yeah, they're just
You're in your 20s.
They're just talking shit. But
you know what I mean? I don't understand.
I think those are the people that don't really do much with their life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I understand everyone has different situations, but the end goal is to, work on yourself every day, grow every day as an individual, as a trader as well, and then reap the rewards later. That's the main thing you need to do, right?
Well, legacy.
Literally build your legacy. Like, what are you doing right now? You're building your legacy, right?
That's it.
There you go. So
yeah, that's all I'm focused on. Like literally, it's just how do you like? Unfortunately, if your family has tons of wealth, you can't enjoy that sabbatical in your 20s or whatever, right? So for us, it's kind of like you got to grind right now to build up that wealth. So maybe one day, my kid will be able to just do some traveling in his 20s, and he can chill and then start working more later on. But that ain't the situation. For me or for most people I talk to that's on the pod, most people that are trading with the Funded Trader, it's people that are trying to grind, trying to make money, or just trying to pay their bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to judge other people, but I think it does come down to like your upbringing and if you've actually struggled. Because the saying, obviously, pressure makes diamonds, right? So the same way, if you struggled in your life and you overcome that, you're only going to get something rewarding, right? So that's just how it goes.
That's why I agree, and that's why I think it's like kind of scary, the world it's shifting towards more like coddling or whatever I call it. Yeah. And I truly do believe that you need to be challenged, you need to be tested, and the more that you're tested, the more resilient you're going to become, and ultimately the more, not it's about money, it's just the better mentality you're going to have in order to approach problems and stuff.
The best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's all you should ever aim to be in this life.
I like that.
Yeah, it's about building mental strength, because you need to be mentally strong to be able to handle the different challenges.
Yeah, and this is one of the main problems why people fail in this industry, and I don't want to say in life, but in this industry, is they're too soft. And that's just the truth. People don't want to hear it, but people are too soft nowadays.
Be honest, how hard is it to make money?
In trading?
In trading, yeah.
It's fucking hard.
It's fucking hard.
I've never once said to anyone, learn how to trade. Never. People come to me, they're like, can you teach me? I'm like, fuck no. I was like, fuck no. You don't want to go through what I went through or what I'm probably still going to go through in the future.
Yeah.
Right? I don't recommend
That's
it to
why
anybody.
literally me on Twitter, like, I'm like, you guys realize how hard it is to get a payout? Like on TFT, like, yeah, we post all the time of the payouts, interviews, and shit. Sure, it's part of the content strategy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, you guys realize how hard it is.
What
for these people.
was the statistics around how many people actually get funded get payout?
We've gone over this before. The statistics on, depending on the challenge, vary. You know, phase 1 could be anywhere from 20% of people passing phase 1 to like 30% of people passing phase 1. Phase 2, the ratio of people passing is actually a little bit higher for phase 2 because you got half the target, this and that.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit higher. But if you were to do like a summation of like how many people actually pass, you know, phase 1 and 2, you know, it could be anywhere from 10 to 20% of people that make it through.
That's crazy.
And then of that amount, how many make it to a payout? It's like 30%. You could estimate it of the people that got funded. So that's like 30% of 15%, right? Actually will make it potentially to a payout.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So it's a low percentage, and like depending on the rules, like I really believe that with FTMO, the way they have things set up, the number's lower. They have like 10 and 10, you know, they have no difference between the target and the drawdown. They have 30 days to your first payout, right? The days until your first payout, that's what gets a lot of people, like, to be honest, because you're getting I said this on the last pod we did, like the percentage of people that get funded that then make money and that wait from the point at which they get into profit until the payout, like the people that end up making the most money, like they wait. They'll get profit and then they'll wait till the payout, like 10 days, 20 days, whatever. They won't keep trading, right? They won't over trade. The majority of people that don't do well, which is the majority of people, they will just keep trading and then deplete their funds. You know what I mean? And just over trading is like the worst.
Yeah, and I think I used to be the latter that you just mentioned. I used to be like that until I realized, like, wait a minute, I could make like 10K in a day. I could, or in a week, and then just sit on that payout. Why not? And that's why I have multiple funded accounts, right? Because if I'm, you know, waiting on a payout on one, I can trade the other one, or I can have multiple payouts on all of them, let's just say, right? So, you know, and let's say if I'm in drawdown on one or two accounts, that's okay. I'm in profit on two other accounts. Either way, I'm getting paid every month. That's all I care about.
How many withdrawals have you gotten in like the last like 30, 60 days? I've been seeing some certificates out there.
It's a bit, yeah. I mean, I could look, but
estimation.
In the last, 2 months?
Yeah.
Payouts in the last...
Just volume, like not even number. Like
like how many, right?
How many payouts?
I think like 15 or something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, so like 15.
God damn.
Yeah, because I don't know, I mentioned this already, I think so. May was 31,600 total, and then this month so far is just under 15K so far.
In terms of like your business, that you're bringing all the money into like an LLC.
Yeah.
How you doing? Yeah. This guy's like smiling.
This trip is being expensed on my company.
Oh, so you're smart. This is good vibes. So you're bringing all the money into the LLC. Like you're like an accountant, like a bookkeeper, sifting through all this stuff. He's probably like, where the fuck? What's going on here?
When he saw me, he was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because a lot of transactions, honestly. Like you got to keep good books on this stuff.
Yeah.
With everything coming in, and then in terms of like taxes and stuff, like how is it out there
in the UK? So in general, just like the tax system is ridiculous. Like you pay high tax. Obviously, if you have an LLC, there are loopholes. There are ways to reduce your tax. But yeah, just get the right accountant, and then
All right, so I want to ask a funny question. So I want you to pick. I'm going to name 3 people. I want you to pick one person to learn to trade from, one person to go out to dinner with, and one person that you just would leave alone. So are you ready?
What, all in trading?
Yeah, I'm going to name them, the people in trading. So one of them is Tori, one of them is Anthony's World, and then the last one is Raja Banks.
I fucking knew it. Yeah. So one of them was go for dinner.
Yeah.
Tori.
Okay.
100%. And what was the other one, sorry?
Learn to trade.
Learn to trade. 100%. Anthony's World, 100%.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's all a little hesitation, but we're good.
Now I had to think about it, as in like what the question was.
I thought you were going Raja.
Nah, fuck that.
Okay, interesting. And he's out. Roger's out.
He's out. I've got nothing against the guy, by the way. But no, those are my two picks. Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of hate coming towards Roger.
I respect everybody.
These days, a lot of hate's coming towards Roger. Like, I'm not going to sit here and champion Roger, but at the same time, he's got his hustle. He's got his business.
100%.
You know
and one thing I will say about him is that, you know, he talks facts. Like, when he speaks, he talks facts. I like his outlook on life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he talks a lot about life. That's what I look at when he's speaking. I'm like, okay, he's saying the right stuff.
He's a family man.
Yeah.
You know, he's got his values. He sticks to them. There's a lot of people that are hating on him at the moment about certain things. But at the end of the day, he's out here getting it. He's out here diversifying. So
end of the day, it's just good engagement for him regardless.
He knows that.
There you go. You know, so and don't forget he's got Magic Keys and all these other businesses. So
Magic Keys was an ingenious.
Honestly.
Yeah. Ingenious tool that he made. I'm surprised there's not more of the tools like this though that come out.
Yeah, surprising. You know what I'm saying?
What's with that?
Don't know.
He's got a strangle.
Maybe he's got like a patent or something where he's like, "Fuck you, lot." Like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a. Have you ever used Magic Keys before? No. Okay, I've never used it.
Same. I've never used it. I just know about it.
I know people be like clicking.
Yeah. Have you seen that meme where someone's like just clicking the button for like on gold, bye.
Yeah. No, I know a lot of there's a lot of button pushers out there. So tell us a little bit about the strategy, right? You scalper, day trader, swing.
Yeah. So initially, I used to be a swing trader, and then obviously the market kind of changed. So you got to get with the market, right? You got to adapt to how the market moves. I just got tired of swinging because I used to get stopped out or just make huge losses eventually.
Swing trading is very discouraging.
It is. So then I changed to just day trading, and honestly, like scalping, especially with funded accounts, like scalping is the way. Scalping is the way as long as you're patient. If you're not patient, you're going to get wrecked.
Yeah.
You're going to get wrecked, especially with all the slippage stuff
that
people always complain about. Fucking hell, honestly. People always complain about that damn slippage, and it's always the people that can't actually trade anyway.
Yeah. The slippage is there, though. It exists.
I'm not going to say it doesn't, but
exists.
It exists. Like, I've experienced it myself on indices, for example, right? But I know people will be complaining on, like, EU, it slipped, 20 pips. I'm just like, no, but...
There's some people, though, that, like anything in the world, there's people that know how to get around things.
Exactly that.
You know? So
exactly.
I think I'd say anyone out there that's complaining, listen, it's warranted. We hear the complaints, but at the same time, like try to play the game, figure out how to beat it. And that's if you want to continue to trade with a firm that does have, in your opinion, ridiculous slippage. You always have other options.
Yeah, literally, there's so many prop firms around. So.
What's your top 5 prop firms? And if
in order,
I swear to God, don't say. No, I'm just.
Oh shit! Cut.
No. Let's see honest top 5.
Top 5.
Funded trader is just it's number 1 regardless. So let's hear honest top 5.
But going in order, yeah.
In order.
Yeah. No, 100% TFT number 1 for me. I'm not gonna lie about that. I don't lie about stuff. So yeah. TFT number 1.
This is a paid advertisement. No.
how much should you say? No, so TFT. Second would be, I'm not going to lie, this might shock some people because they're a new firm. They've only been around a year. You probably know who I'm talking about. My Funded FX. I'm not going to lie. Shout out to Matt. I like what he's doing as well. He's doing good.
He's killing the game.
He is.
For sure.
Third, people are going to be like, yeah, you're just an idiot, but my Forex funds. The reason I say it is because I don't like FTMO. Yeah.
FTMO.
I don't like FTMO. And my Forex funds, I've made most of my money with them.
Okay.
So I can't complain. People complain about slippage as well.
They pay nice.
Yeah,
they pay well.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize at the end of the day. Like, they're like, oh, my Forex funds, they have slippage, they this and that, they don't change anything. But it's like, listen, they pay everyone. Like,
everyone.
They pay out.
I got a payout today, 10K from my Forex funds.
Oh, my God.
So,
it's like, let's...
so that's third one. Fourth one, I don't really fuck with that many firms, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah?
No.
That's the 3? Big 3 right now?
Just top 3, I'd say.
Yeah. I'd say my Funded FX is strong because they're trying to do the little things right. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to pay people out quick. They're trying to do this and that. They're focusing on the things that matter.
Yeah.
Ultimately to the trader. So props to them. I think the Funded trader has, at the core, tried to do that. I think as we've grown, there's... and we've added new things, we're trying to definitely resolve some issues that went on. But at the end of the day, we're trying to just offer a platform focused around the traders. So,
but one thing people don't realize is it's part of the process. Like, you're going to have ups and downs in any business, right? So you can't have everything perfect. One firm might have something really good and the other firm doesn't have that.
Yeah, it's like a yin and yang.
Yeah, literally. People will complain regardless. So.
Yeah, that's like my Forex one's like, all right, 12 and 8. But then you got slippage out the wazoo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you walk in the door and then you just like...
Literally.
So I like what you said. Like, that's why I tell people, I'm like, pick the worser of evils. Like, people are like, I want no commissions, I want no spreads, I want no slippage. I'm like, listen, let's talk about, like, sit down, get some water, like, you know, let's have a little chat about what you're doing in life.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
You know, but people are going to continue to ask and ask for more.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
Like, I know you take everyone's feedback on board all the time.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know I'm in there.
Yeah, 100%. So
I'm deep. So what's like, what are some things you want to see improved? Not TFT, just in general, like prop trading. Like, you're a prop trader. Like, what are your pain points here?
I mean, to be honest, like, nowadays we see a lot of that no time limit stuff anymore. So it doesn't really change anything for me, but I know it will change some things for a lot of traders out there. Because I know some people, they're like, yeah, I have a reset, I haven't hit the profit target, you know? So it would help those kind of people. Faster payouts, which is coming with a lot of firms now. I know TFT, like my last payout, they literally pay me within 24 hours. So, yeah.
You don't even get, like, if you go to Crypto.com and try to get your withdrawal, it takes like 3 days.
Yeah, and you get, is it whitelisted or something?
Yeah. Well, I think they actually got rid of that now. They did get rid of the address thing. You gotta like whitelist your, because that was bullshit.
Yeah.
What the hell? You gotta like whitelist your address. Wait, that.
Yeah.
You know why this is crazy? It's crazy.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I should touch on Crypto.com because I did buy with them ages ago. But I mean,
yeah. I mean, in regards to crypto, are you in crypto or you're not in crypto?
So I made some money in crypto like 2 years ago, and then I said I'm out. I said,
you following Tori's picks?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I follow him on everything, but I've never paid for a service in my life. That's the thing. I just feel like there's so much free content out there, and you need to shape your own way of trading as well in general, and like your way of understanding the markets, right? So it's like if I explain my way of trading to some people, they might not understand it. Same way, if, for example, if you explain to me, maybe I wouldn't understand some things that you look at that I don't look at.
Oh, for sure. I'm like tweeting about stuff and like about the prop firm, people are like, what? This guy's speaking fucking Japanese on here.
Yeah, literally.
And I'm like, I gotta chill out.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that poll that you had recently. I can't believe the responses on that. It was just ridiculous.
The poll.
I even quoted it. I said, if you don't pick 100K, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
100K cash in the bank.
Right. No, that poll, let's be honest, the poll exposed some people. You know,
most people.
The little exposure poll, you got to throw it out there every now and then.
You knew what you were doing.
See what the people are thinking a little bit. Like, oh, you'd pick 2 million challenge. All right.
Yeah.
You could, how much with $100,000 you could buy how much in challenges? $10 million in funding? I don't know. Like
way more.
$20 million?
Way more. Honestly, that's why I was like, it's a no-brainer. Like, what are people doing?
You know, I think like 30% of the people voted for 2 million in challenges.
You're kidding.
Over 100K, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, dude.
Sometimes.
Like, I'm not even like, like 30% of people.
How many picked 100K in the bank?
The majority. It was like the majority picked 100K in the bank, maybe like 50%.
That's still surprising.
Yeah. It was a weird poll. Honestly. It was a very weird poll. Because you got the people that are like it's strange because the 500K of funding is an interesting pick. Like, you get funded, you can get a payout, 500K in funding is a lot of money, this and that.
But let's be real about that, right?
Yeah.
What is actually being 500K funded? And this is why I never, you'll never see on you'll never see on my socials that I'm like, oh, I'm 7-figure funded. Like, no, you're not really. Because what's your drawdown? What's your max drawdown? And that's the truth. That is the truth, right?
But let's break it down further, right? Beyond the max drawdown in terms of the actual account balance and the leverage, right? So if you were to put $10,000, and this is, I've spoken about this before, if you were to put $10,000 in an unregulated broker and then had 1 to 500 leverage, right? So that's $10,000. That would quote unquote be similar to having $100,000 with 1 to 100 leverage.
Yeah.
You have, that's 10 times. It'd be like having $100,000 with 1 to 50 leverage.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the conversation is, does having $100,000 with 1 to 100 leverage with 10% drawdown, which is $10,000, does it actually give you more buying power than just having $10,000 with the max amount of leverage at a broker? Technically, yes. If you do the math. This is what I try to tell people. People don't do the math.
Yeah.
Because I see your point. You're like, oh, you only have 10K because you only draw down 10K. But the thing about trading CFDs is the allure of it is the leverage and the ability to take large positions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a fair point. And
that's
it makes
my
sense.
rebuttal
No,
to you.
I get it. I won't.
Stop fucking hating, man.
Listen. Yeah.
But because I've crossed that conversation so many times in the beginning. And in the beginning, I was like, are these people right? Like, what? I'm like, well, I got to figure out the sauce behind this conversation. Like, is it the truth? How do I rebut this and that? But yeah, I mean, listen, have you traded with unregulated brokers? Like, is that something you have an appetite for? I have no opinion about it, but
don't really care, to be honest.
yeah, some people don't care if it's unregulated. Some people are like I'll quote a recent post by Q Banks.
Yeah.
Did you see this post?
I didn't know.
He was like, regulation is for regular people.
Oh no, I did see that. I did see that. Yeah. That was fire.
I was like, this post is great.
But he's gone clear. Like Q's just another level, you know.
Yeah.
I remember you saying though that you actually took his course, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. There's this weekend actually. There's a trader on TFT. We both took Q's course in New York 6 years ago. Me and him took his in-person course. That's how I met him.
Yeah.
And then now he's a trader on TFT. He got funded. We brought him out here for the weekend, and we're gonna like meet up for the first time since that course. We kept in touch on like social media,
nice.
But we haven't like hung out or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is like just so interesting. So yeah, I took Q's course once upon a time, and listen, his course is just like base technicals and just like motivation. Like inspiration, like it's just
literally
like it's just psychology. Like you just like lot up, have ball.
Yeah, because I see this guy scaling in all the time on US30. I'm like, how the fuck are you doing that?
The biggest mystery of the last half a decade: how does Q scale in?
Yeah.
Biggest mystery. I mean, all respects to the guy. I originally learned from him. I'm nothing but love for him because he's inspired like a whole generation of people.
Definitely.
So it's like crazy, but it's like biggest question: how does Q scale in?
Drop the source, man.
Yeah,
Drop the source.
how the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How does he scale in? So you said you learned from YouTube free stuff, or you just like go in the room and you're like ideas come to mind.
It was more about like through failures, to be honest, because I was like, well, this ain't working, that's not working, and then you know what actually helped me in the long run was just going back to basics. Understanding. So the main things that I think you did ask me, like, how do I trade? But the main things I look at, and it's very simple: price action, or simple to me, price action, supply and demand, right? I use some moving averages, right? And just psychological factors. Like for me, it's just heavily psychology focused. That's what I just look at levels, and then, and this is one thing actually, I'll shout out Anthony's World, right? One thing he said that always stuck with me was that don't predict the markets, react to the markets. And that's what I literally just react to the markets. I don't predict anything. I'm just like, all right, let me see what price is doing. Okay, well, reaction time, and then go. That's it.
And so you said supply and demand, price action. What pairs?
I only trade US30 and GBP AUD. But
oh my God, you're insane.
Why?
GBP AUD?
That's my pair, man. That's the first pair. That's the first pair I ever traded.
Have you ever traded GBP AUD?
Well, yeah, but it was at the beginning.
A disaster.
I stuck with that shit, man.
That's crazy. That pair is actually like crazy. The volume and everything, like.
Yeah. But
what's the strategy, GBP AUD? Let's hear.
I mean,
give some secrets. Come on.
There's no secret. It's just, I think if you study a pair for long enough and it makes sense to you in terms of how price moves, because with GBP AUD, I've noticed that when it does move, it'll move like a minimum 200 pips, like those big moves, right? Minimum. That's how it moves. But then a lot of the time it's just consolidating. And when it's consolidating, just don't trade it.
Are you scalping at GBP AUD or?
No, I'm scalping US30.
Day trading?
US30. That US30 is where I make most of my money.
US30?
Yeah, and I've started touching gold again. I had a love and hate relationship with gold for a long time. I left it alone. I was like, fuck this, I've lost too much money. And then recently I've started going back on it and making all right.
I think recently you were trading gold, right?
Yeah.
a lot of gold?
Yeah.
I saw there was like some screenshots.
Yeah,
this guy's like 100 gold trades in a row. Like, goddamn. So what are some tips like for the new traders out there, right? You've kind of made it to a certain level right now. How can people that are struggling kind of get funded?
I think
some tips.
I think the main thing is like you need to eliminate the noise. There's just so much noise online on socials. You know, all these fake gurus. Literally, most people.
But you're on there and you're active.
I am.
So how do you balance all this shit?
It's hard.
He's a master.
I mean, he's online all the time, and I asked him the same question.
He's like, don't you sleep?
You got energy, bro.
Yeah, energy levels.
Like,
So
what do you? What's the energy secrets?
just drink water, bro. Drink some Evian. And
Hookah, Evian.
yeah, no, honestly, I think it's just down to how bad you want it. Like, that's the main thing, you know? And you need to be accountable. So once I started taking accountability for everything in life, not just trading, but in life, my trading 10x, literally. And it might sound like very, you know, cliche, but honestly, like my trading just 10x, you know?
And so in terms of like taking things seriously, like what else you like, you take care, how do you take care of yourself? Like, you have any habits or stuff like that, healthy habits or not so healthy habits?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, like over the last few years of me really just giving my all to trading, I've neglected a lot of other things. But those kind of things I want to revisit. Like, for example, like I used to be on my fitness a few years ago. I've neglected it, but my trading's excelled. Now I need to find a balance where, okay, no, health, because health is wealth. At the end of the day, health is wealth, you know?
For sure.
So that's something that I've been neglecting for a long time. But it's something that I'm trying to slowly
We're gonna get the weighted vest on you. Get you
yeah, definitely.
The TFT challenge.
One day, let's do it.
That's funny how Paladin did it.
He's crazy, man.
No,
crazy.
he actually is one of the most like passionate people that will just do anything, bro.
100%.
Like, in terms of like healthy stuff. Like when we hung out in New York, I was like, dude, like let's go in the sauna, let's go in the steam room, let's go in the cold plunge. This guy will do anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like stay in the cold plunge for 5 minutes, he will stay in there until he freezes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just like it was a funny time. So he's definitely pushing the limits.
Yeah.
Mentally. You know what I'm saying?
He's setting a very good example for other traders out there. And he's so young, which is crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is crazy. What is he, like 22 now?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's young.
Young bull, dude. That's
Literally.
Me and you were getting old.
Man.
28, 29.
Damn.
We're gonna become on the OGs.
Soon. But yeah.
No, so what's some goals, you know, going into the year?
So for me, like
rest of the year.
Yeah, rest of the year. So for me, I feel like this year's just a building phase. I'm just building myself, you know? People say to me like, oh yeah, you're doing so well, you're doing this. And to be honest, I've never said to anyone I'm a good trader. Like I've never ever said in my life I'm a good trader. I just say I show up every day and I want to grow every day and I just want to get better. That's it. So in terms of goals, just building, motivating others as much as I can, which I'm already doing, but doing that more, inspiring others and just making like a positive impact in the world. Because my main thing in life is just about positivity. I don't like none of that negative energy that comes my way. And if it comes my way, it can, go the other way. So,
catch your body.
Yeah, there you go. So just keep building. Obviously, main thing is keep getting those payouts, consistent payouts. And then, let's see what next year holds, you know?
I like what you said about the positivity. I don't think it's talked about enough. I think at the core of everything that we're doing, if we're just trying to make an impact, a powerful impact on people's lives, that's like the most important aspect of all of this. I think with TFT, we're doing a good job with that. You know, everything from obviously paying the people out, but even like you making these fun and cool videos, but also like informational videos for people to, just watch and everything like that. Like, I think that's what we're trying to do, as a company. And listen, we get to talk to cool people like you as well, which, otherwise we wouldn't ever be able to do. And how long have we been in contact, like in the Discord? I feel like a long time.
Yeah, it's been
probably a year.
Yeah, it's been almost a year. It's been a while. Yeah,
it's been a while. I remember when you entered the chat. I'm like, oh, he's here.
Yeah, I made some noise.
I made some noise. Yeah. So you did the AMA. That AMA was good too. I remember now that we were like locked in on that AMA. Yeah. Honestly, and it was dropping some facts.
Yeah.
It was a lot of mindset and psychology.
Literally. Because you know what? It's not talked about enough though. The mindset and psychology piece. Everyone's like, yeah, how do you analyze the market? And I'm like, but it's only 20% of trading. Anyone can really analyze the market. It's more about where's your mind at? Are you attached to the money? If you're attached to the money, I'm sorry, but you're already going to fail. You need to detach yourself and then trust the process. This is what I say, trust the process. Like this time last year, I wasn't getting any payouts. you know, and then eventually
And what were you thinking during that time? You got no payouts.
I was like, what am I doing wrong? I was like, what am I doing wrong? And it was all to do with the mindset.
But what made you like internalize that versus going out and trying to get advice or whatever? Like, I'm sure you were talking to people, but
Oh yeah,
some
yeah.
people are just like, I need a new mentor.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
One thing I would say is that it's important that you get a mentor, but a real mentor. You know, personally, I never had one. Do I wish I had one? Probably, but I don't have regrets in life, so we just keep it moving, right? That's just my motto.
I see.
Yeah, but definitely get a mentor. And yeah, just you need to have it inside. I can't explain it because you need to have it inside you. If you don't have it inside you, you're just not going to do anything with your life. And that's just how it is, you know? Like for me, I never wanted a 9 to 5, but I had a 9 to 5. Why? Because you need to survive in this world.
Yeah.
Right. But then once trading takes over and when you do start seeing consistent payouts, it doesn't matter if your payouts are small. It doesn't matter. What's the main goal? To be able to provide for yourself, provide for your family if you have one, and just enjoy life. Like life's too short. Let's be real. Life's too short. You need to just be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to be grateful at the end of the day. Like
Always.
you talked about the 9 to 5. Like, do people realize like how much some people wish they had a 9 to 5? You know what I'm saying? And then you got the people like, I hate my 9 to 5. It's like, all right, we get it. Like,
be grateful you got a damn
be
job.
grateful you got a job and fucking do something to get out of that job to become another level
That's
in
it.
the career. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that for sure. So last question in terms of like payouts, what is one thing that you bought with the payouts that you've gotten? Something fun, if anything.
I'll be honest. I'm not like okay. I know I got that bag, but I'm not like
You got the Louis Vuitton
no. But
bag.
I bought this when I had no money. 3 years ago in Dubai, I had no money. So yeah, so forget about that.
So you got money and now you're not buying the bags.
Yeah, like
financial literacy.
Yeah, like you make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I thought you just got it for Miami.
No,
Honestly,
I've had this. For
I was
ages.
like, oh, he's rolling up Miami.
Yeah.
Got the bag. This and that.
I've had this for ages. But yeah, I'm not really a materialistic guy. But it's funny actually. Kyle was saying Jade Cap yesterday. He was saying, right, we have like a group chat for Miami. He was saying, let's all buy a green dial Rolex Datejust by the end of the year. I was like, all right, let's do it. So
what's the price tag on that?
He was saying it's
10,
like
20?
16K,
16K,
something like that. So I was like,
it's a good goal to have.
why not? So I'll probably treat myself at the end of the year. For now, like I said, I'm in building phase. I don't care how much money I make right now. I just want to keep going. I want to prove to myself that I can stay consistent. And that's all I care about.
I'll say this. I had that mentality. I'll give you some advice. I had that mentality when I made, my first substantial amount of money. I went and I bought a Forex League pendant for like 20K. It was like VVS diamonds, like this
shit.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Worst investment ever.
Yeah. I could.
But was it worth it? Yes.
At the time, because it's an experience, though. It's an experience.
Yeah. So you kind of like have that breakthrough, and then you spend that money, and you're like, oh, but
Yeah, I think sometimes you gotta
Rolly better investment. Go ahead.
Depending on which one you get.
Yeah.
I think it's important though. Like these are lessons, right, in life. So you need to spend stupid money sometimes to make good money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like you spent that 20K on Forex League at the time. How much money were you making at the time?
At the time, like how much, like of a percentage of my net worth, that was probably like 5%.
Okay, so not too bad.
It wasn't like crazy.
Yeah,
but like
so-
it was still like 20K. Like, come on.
Yeah, like justifying it to yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's
still
hard.
like, come on, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
right?
I think watches are good investments though, depending on which one you get, right?
Yeah, watch would be decent.
Yeah.
Just get one that's authentic and all that, and
Yeah.
you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So in terms of the payouts, it sounds like you're trying to just build the stuff up and take it from there.
Yeah, because the thing with prop firms, right? Like I said, it's a game changer. But for me, I just see it as like it's helping me build. Right?
Are you funding your own account?
No, not yet.
No.
But
okay.
The goal
Is that like a goal, like to fund your own account?
it's one of the goals. But then the other goal is obviously like get private investors involved and potentially work with like hedge funds and stuff.
Try to start a little fund.
That's the main goal. That's where the real money's at. Like you can make a lot of money with prop firms, 100%. But you know what I'm talking about, like
you're helping us do that.
Yeah. There you go. So
Yeah.
that's the plan. But everything takes time. So just be patient, keep going, and that's the main thing.
All right, one last thing. Do you watch UFC
Yeah.
at all?
Yeah.
What is one UFC fighter that you think you're the most like?
that I'm the most like.
Yeah. Let's hear. Like someone you embody.
In terms of like...
In terms of anything. If I were to pick one, I'd be like, I admire Conor McGregor. Like I'd say
pick Conor McGregor?
I'd pick Conor McGregor, yeah.
I think I'd pick Israel Adesanya.
Oh, interesting.
I fuck with his energy heavy. Yeah.
I do too, but why do you say that?
Just the way he carries himself. Like, for example, that loss he made, that was a huge loss. That was a crazy loss, right? And then look what he came back and did. He's just knocked him out. Like,
crushed it.
Literally, like, just gone, you know?
You know who Wang Li is? That's her name? Zing Wang Li.
Yeah, the featherweight. Yeah.
She's like the featherweight. You know, she's a beast.
Yeah, she's next level. And she had a loss too, so...
Yeah.
It's not about like you losing. It's about how you come back from a loss.
Izzy's comeback might be best thing in history.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it is.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, it's next. And then the whole arrow.
That crazy.
That
man. There's a card. Is it this weekend?
Yeah, there is.
Is it good though? The card. What is it?
Isn't this the one with Oliveira and?
It is.
And what's his name? Dariush. Yeah,
Dariush, and then Bo Nickel.
Is Bo Nickel
Bo Nickel's on the card as well. Yeah,
he's really good.
I'm pretty sure.
Really good. Who's the main event?
The main event is Nunez.
Yeah, I don't really like that
and
fight.
The other fight. I don't. Yeah, not to get too off topic, but I don't know why Nunez is. A double champ.
Yeah,
there's no people in the other weight class.
Yeah, I think
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they just need her to stay the GOAT, right?
Yeah. The last time we were. Not the last time, but when Kyle came through and Javier, we watched the fight. There was like the YouTube video about it or whatever. And it was we watched the Garcia fight.
You lost some money, didn't you?
Yeah, and I lost a little bit of money. So I don't think we're gonna be able to watch it this weekend. I hope so.
Why not?
I hope we can. I don't know. Are you going to like the VIP stuff?
That's on Friday.
The
yacht party. That's
is
on
it Friday? I think Saturday is something too. No.
The car show.
It's a car show.
It's a car show. It's like car show. There's a cocktail dinner, I think, too.
On the Saturday?
On Saturday, pretty sure.
Don't know.
Hit up Roy.
If not,
invite Umar. What's going on?
Yeah, Roy. What the
fuck? Yeah, I think so. I have to double check. I don't know, but I wanna for sure watch car. Well, listen, where can the people find you? What are the socials?
So, I mean, you can put it in the bio, but
we will. But just
Instagram UmziFX. I just got it verified as well because I had so many fake accounts. Last week, 5 fake accounts.
On the come up.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. So that's on Instagram, Twitter, UmziFX as well. You know what's nuts about Twitter, right? I only started using it in April for trading, and I got over 5,000 followers.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Let's go. Yeah, I cheated because I just used giveaways to get my followers.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've used some giveaways.
Use them too. Let's go. Yeah.
But the thing with giveaways, the thing with giveaways, you're helping people get accounts too. And that's my main thing. That's the only reason I do it. I've worked with so many firms, including. But let's not forget, I was the first trader to do a giveaway with TFT. Let's not forget that.
That's a big thing. Oh, I do remember that actually. Yeah, you're right. Because we were like dormant on Twitter. Now we're erupting.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and shout out Dennis. He's doing a great job for you guys.
Shout out Dennis. I think we're gonna play volleyball tonight. Dennis.
Yeah, he told me.
He's here. Yeah. He's like so excited.
Yeah, he was like, "Come along." I was like, "Oh, Angela didn't invite me." So.
Yo, no, we gotta. We'll see what happens. But shout out Dennis. He's putting in work on Twitter and everything.
You see those memes he's doing on Twitter? Oh my god! I said to him, "I was like, are you a marketing guy? Because what's your role?" He goes, "No, I'm a community manager." I was like, "What is that?"
He doesn't even know. He's just here. He's just here to make shit happen.
You gotta give that guy a promotion, man.
Yeah. No, listen, he's what TFT's all about. He's passionate about the project, passionate about trading.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Passionate about the people. That's why Anna's here as well. She's the same way. You know, if you
amazing job as well, by the way, Anna. Amazing job.
Yeah, for sure. Anna's crushing it. Like, honestly, great job. So
thanks.
It's like, don't ask for a raise, but
not yet.
You'll go. No, but seriously, great job. So yeah, that's it. If you want to work for the company, if you want to be a trader, like, you're a good example of a trader for the company. Like, you're passionate, this and that. So listen, we appreciate your support, Umar. Hope you have a good time this weekend, and thanks for being on the pod.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Angelo.